Thank you for joining me as we explore how the Community Assessor tool, also known as CAT, can be utilized alongside and within the living CWPP. This video is only applicable if your state has access to the Community Assessor tool. You must have the viewer, owner, or collaborator role within living CWPP to view community assessments within a plan. However, you must be an owner or collaborator in order to create areas of concern from a community assessment. If needed, you can request the viewer, collaborator, or owner role from any owner of the plan. The CAT is a separate tool from the living CWPP. Within the CAT, projects can be created by those with the assessment coordinator or assessment manager role. These projects can contain multiple communities. Once these communities are drawn on the map and a field assessor has been invited to the project, assessments can be conducted in the field for each of the communities. Once the assessments have been completed by the field assessor, these communities, along with their hazard ratings, are available within Living CWPP. Once signed in to Living CWPP, you will be taken to the home page where you can select View next to the desired planning area. From here, select Community Assessments from the menu on the left. We can see an About Community Assessments section that gives you additional information on the purpose of this page. There is also a link that will take you to the Community Assessor tool. On the map, you can see any community assessments that have been completed. You can use the tools on the right of the map to zoom in or out on a community. Select the base map icon to change the way you view the map. You can choose from Streets, which is selected by default, Topographic, or Imagery with Labels. Select the double chevron here to close these options. Select a community on the map to view additional information, which lists the project name and the total hazard rating. Below the map is a list that contains all of the communities that intersect with the planning area. We can see the community name, project name, total hazard rating, and when it was last copied, if ever. For each row, we have a magnifying glass icon that allows you to zoom in on the community. If we choose Copy here, this community will be pulled in as an area of concern to our planning area in Living CWPP. A message will appear asking if we're sure we want to copy this community as an area of concern, and it will list the name of the community. Choose Cancel if you don't wish to copy, and you will return to the Community Assessments page. Choose Yes Copy to copy it as an area of concern. I will select Yes Copy. We can see in the list the last copy date has been updated. Refresh is now an option for this as well. The refresh feature would be used if there were additions or changes made to the communities within CAT after you originally copied them, and this would pull into Living CWPP any changes. Let's view the communities that we pulled in as areas of concern. Select Area of Concern from the menu on the left to view the new area of concern on the map, as well as in the list below. We can see in the list that when we pull an area of concern from the Community Assessor tool, we will see the area's name, the concern, the number of GIS acres, and whether it was copied from CAT. Depending on your state's preference, the fuel hazard rating, risk of wildfire occurrence, structural ignitability, and firefighting capacity entries may be blank. By selecting Manage Areas of Concern, we can select reference layers from the tools on the left. And if we scroll down, we can see below Wildfire Hazard and Risk, a Community Risk Assessment layer. This allows us to view all community assessments within the planning area, along with their risk rating. whose colors match their risk level and are explained in the legend at the bottom right. Let's save and return and go back to the Area of Concern chapter. When an area of concern is added manually, the list will display the concern, GIS acres, fuel hazard rating, the risk of wildfire occurrence, structural ignitability, firefighting capacity, and we will see no under the CAT copied column. When you generate the final report from the overview and tracking page, you will see the communities listed in the report if they are added as an area of concern. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out other resources at www.livingcwpp.com.